In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most important tricks you can learn on a one-wheel, not dying. Hello everyone, and welcome to the first of a series of one-wheel tutorial videos that focus on practical riding approaches and cruising proficiently and relatively safely. If you're anything like me, you're focused on cruising, following fun lines on pavement, and just having a good time getting wherever it is you're going. As a new rider, I had a hard time learning the one-wheel, probably more so than most people. I had trouble with road cracks, driveway dips, uneven pavement, and stopping short. It's short stopping, or emergency stopping, that we're going to be looking at today, and it's one of the more important safety moves when riding faster than a walking pace. By the way, if you're new here, please subscribe, because when you do, my heart grows 3 sizes and you, personally, save Christmas. So, emergency stops. It's really just a rapid stop combined with a tail drag in order to shorten your stopping distance. It's an important thing to be able to do comfortably for obvious reasons. Whether it's someone stepping out in front of you, a car coming around a corner, or a pothole that you don't see in time, slowing your speed down quickly is one of the best ways to avoid or minimize an accident or crash. It is not a substitute for safe and diligent riding, but it is something important to be able to do for things that are out of your control, like someone leaving a recycle bin out in front of you. The one-wheel can stop pretty short. However, the stopping distance is dependent on things like speed, rider weight, and slope. Braking down a hill is difficult for the same reasons that accelerating up a hill is. The motor can only do so much in either case. Adding a severe tail drag to a braking lean adds a physical layer to the forces slowing you down and can be increased by putting more weight into your back foot. This of course takes practice and a bit of anticipation of what your board is likely to do, because here's the thing. The one-wheel nosedives when you overexert the motor and/or battery. It can't accelerate fast enough and the nose hits the ground. By the same token, you can overtax the board when slowing down. Give it a try sometime. Ride at above 10 miles an hour or so and then brake really hard. If you brake too hard too fast, the tail will drop. It's a bit jarring at first, and that's because it's not a smooth transition. There's a distinct threshold where the motor can't brake hard enough to balance, and you tail dive. The pressure on your back foot just gives out. It's something to practice because you should know what that feels like. This dropout of braking force can be problematic if you need to stop and aren't prepared to commit to that particular position. However, practicing this situation and getting familiar with it will enable you to maintain balance and confidence in a moment where it feels like the board is going to slip out from under you and you're going to fall. Now, this is very important. There are some instances where you just need to stop moving forward to avoid hitting something. If you tail drag and fall backwards but still end up safe, that's fine. These stops don't have to be elegant or look cool, they just have to make you stop going forward. It's of course better to not fall and be able to gauge your stopping location and create enough drag to keep you away from harm's way. That's a matter of getting familiar with the sensation of the tail drop and practicing a commitment to it that leaves you upright and mostly balancing on your rear foot while still moving. I like to occasionally practice this in both slower and faster speeds, as well as inclines, so I'm less likely to panic when I need to stop short. Controlling your board during an emergency stop will likely save you, save your board, and save someone else. I'd also like to take this time to bring your attention to an artist I have really come to appreciate. He's a one-wheel focused sketch artist on Instagram by the name of Wheel of Nerd. His art is really cool, and I recommend you take a look at it. I'll link to his profile in the description below and in a comment. So, all that's left now is to practice the move. I like to keep myself comfortable with it on both the XR and the Pint since they have slightly different braking behavior due to the torque difference and the difference in power. Also, this tail drag stopping practice is the precursor to the quick stop, which is a fun and cool looking dismount. We will cover that in a later video in the series. While practicing, remember, the trick is to not fall.